All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bo Fogel here doing our afternoon live stream update on in terms of the forecast. Not much has changed in the past few hours, but just kind of giving you an update on the rest of today and looking ahead to your weekend forecast and eventually talking about your Thanksgiving forecast. So, right now, though, we're still seeing very foggy conditions. I'm actually just looking at my radar and then looking outside, and it is still very, very foggy out there. More foggy than what it was yesterday, which is affecting our temperatures. So if we take a live view right now, that is what I'm pretty much seeing right now outside. Of course, this is higher up, but pretty much it's very, very foggy out there. Visibility is still pretty low out there. So take it easy on the roads. Please make sure you slow down and turn on your low beam headlights so people can see you coming. But yes, this is pretty much going to be the theme for the rest of today, where it's just going to be gloomy, foggy, and temperatures are going to be cool. So here, if we turn over to visibility right now, you see that visibility is still very low over the metro. We got a 1 mile visibility here in the metro, while Lincoln has 3/4 of a mile visibility. And then out to Fremont, Wahoo, it clears up a little bit, and then further west, it clears up completely. But for the metro, I don't think this is going to lighten up anytime soon. I think we're going to continue on seeing the foggy conditions for a little while longer, which is affecting our temperatures. So if we look at our temperatures right now, or actually, excuse me, let me look at radar. You can see that the cloud cover is still dominating over everybody, even the metro. So we're going to see these cloudy skies continue. And then look at the temperatures. They've hardly changed in the past several hours. Earlier, we were at like 38, 39 degrees, and we've only warmed up to 43 degrees, and that's pretty much going to be our high for today. I don't expect us to warm up much more than that. If we warm up any, it'll be like 1 degree, if that. And so this is pretty much going to be the high for the metro, 43, 44 degrees. And then it kind of goes for most of everybody else who is also seeing the fog. You really can notice the difference on who's seeing the fog and who's not. So you can see that the areas that are seeing the fog are seeing temperatures in the lower to mid 40s, but then the areas that are not seeing the fog are the areas that are warmer. So you can see Beatrice 51, they don't have hardly any visibility issues. Norfolk 10-mile visibility, so they're fine, and they're at 48. So you definitely notice where the fog is. The cooler areas are where the fog is. The warmer areas are the areas that are not seeing the fog. So, like I said, pretty much going to be what it's going to be for the rest of today. Overcast with foggy conditions and temperatures not changing a whole lot. Pretty much staying consistent in the lower 40s from here on out, eventually cooling down to the upper 30s later on tonight. So, not much is going to change. And then looking at your weekend forecast, tomorrow going to be pretty much the same thing that we're seeing right now. We'll see some fog in the morning. Some of it will clear out by the afternoon, and then we'll also have a chance of seeing scattered showers. But this weekend is looking so nice. Saturday and Sunday, both expecting mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies and much warmer temperatures. Highs will be in the lower 60s. A very, very pleasant weekend. Thank goodness. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of seeing the overcast and the foggy conditions. I mean, a day of it, that's fine. But like this is probably day 3 that we've seen this, and it's just getting like old. It's getting ridiculous. So I'm ready to see some sunshine. So yes, this weekend will be a lot better, and you can enjoy the fall weather while it's still here. So for your forecast tomorrow, again, another overcast day with foggy conditions, mainly in the morning. And then we'll see a chance of light showers south of the metro. And so we're going to see a system come in and move just to the south of us, bringing in that chance of rain. And visibility tomorrow, like I said, in the morning, expect more foggy conditions. So I would give yourself a couple of extra minutes on your way to work or school, and to be prepared for the fog. And like I said, slow down. Make sure you turn on your low beam headlights so people can see you coming. It looks like the fog will line up a little bit by the afternoon, but there still could be a light haze in the skyline. So we could definitely be seeing more fog by tomorrow. And then here's the hour by hour of the rain. The cloud cover sticks around all night, which is really going to keep our temperatures from cooling down too much. Temperatures will continue on being in the upper 30s and lower 40s. And then by Friday morning, you can see that showers will start coming in from the south to the north. Areas south of I-80 have the best chance of seeing the rain. And then areas along I-80, you guys could see a mist, maybe even like light drizzles. So that does include the metro. But then areas like Decatur, Blair, Harlan, Denison, Carroll, you guys more likely are not going to see anything. If you see anything, it's just going to be drizzles or even like a light drizzle or like a mistiness. That's what I was looking for, a mist to the air. So don't be surprised if you encounter that. But majority of the rain will stay south of the metro, and the rain is expected to pretty much last for most of the day. The heaviest rain will happen in the morning hours into midday. By Friday evening's commute, the rain will start moving out of here and move southeast. So your morning commute, you might encounter some rain. Your evening commute, maybe not so much. And then you can see by Friday night, the rain's pretty much gone. So nothing to really be too concerned about, but further south you are, the better chance you have of seeing that rainfall. Then this kind of shows you how the metro is not expected to see hardly anything. You can see that majority of the precipitation stays well to the south of the metro. So if you're like in Beatrice, Falls City, Nebraska, so you might get like a tenth of an inch, maybe up a quarter of an inch if you're lucky, but the metro not expecting to see anything. If we see anything, it'll be a misty kind of rain. But we'll have more chances of rain on Monday after seeing a pleasant weekend. Saturday and Sunday are going to be beautiful, and then Monday we'll see scattered showers off and on throughout the day. It's going to be hit or miss, so some areas will get some rain, some areas won't get anything. So that's what it means by a scattered chance. And then we'll see some spotty showers here and there Tuesday, and then we may see a wintry mix Tuesday night into Wednesday, something we're going to keep an eye on. For now, though, if anything does fall, it will melt really quickly. The ground is still too warm for snowfall to really accumulate. So if we see snowflakes, they are expected to melt off pretty quickly. So I'm not too concerned about that. But then now looking ahead and to Thanksgiving, we're going to be seeing, unfortunately, a cold blast come into the area. This is Tuesday of next week. You see chilly air really builds up over in Canada and North Dakota and pushes down into our area around Thanksgiving time. So what I'm talking about is that highs will likely be in the upper 30s by Thanksgiving, and that's going to be the high. So it looks like for Omaha, it is going to be a chilly Thanksgiving this year. But at least we are not, for now, we're not expecting any precipitation. It just looks to be a cold Thanksgiving this year. So at least, though, travel-wise, you should be okay. You just definitely want to bundle up for the weather. It's not going to be a warm Thanksgiving. It's going to be a chilly one this year. So, looking at your 10-day forecast, temperatures it's going to be a roller coaster. 40s for the rest of today and tomorrow, and then 60s by Saturday and Sunday. A very, very pleasant weekend. And then you can see by next week, we just drop in terms of temperatures. We go down into the 30s for highs and 20s for lows, possibly even the teens. And then, of course, the big rivalry game between Nebraska and Iowa, it's looking to be a cold one. Mostly cloudy, temperatures in the 30s. And this goes for Iowa, too, because I think hold on. Let me double check something because I don't want to say something that's inaccurate. Nebraska versus Iowa. Is that it's a home game. Okay, it's a home game. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the game between Iowa and Nebraska is going to be a cold one this year. Mid-30s, mostly cloudy, maybe a chance of some of a wintry mix. So you definitely want to plan ahead for that one if you're planning on going to that game. It's not going to be a warm one. It's going to be chilly as well as Thanksgiving. So next week, as we finish off the month of November, it looks like things are going to get a little bit more active and much colder than what we have been experiencing. We've been very blessed. This month of November has been slightly warmer than average. Not by much, but a little bit. But we've been very lucky. You know, in past years, we've seen a lot worse in the month of November. So enjoy the beautiful weather weekend ahead. I highly recommend finishing up any more outdoor chores you need to do. If you need to rake up some leftover leaves, or if you need to put up your Christmas lights, I would highly recommend doing it this weekend before all that cold air arrives in our area. and more than likely will stick around for the next couple of months. So that's all the updates I have. Meteorologist Jade Steffens will be doing the 3 o'clock, and then Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller will be doing the evening shows to give you the update on our forecast. But I do want to alert you, though, that, this time of year, my goodness, temperatures are going to be tough to forecast for, just because any little minor thing can change the temperature. So obviously fog can cool down our temperatures a lot. Obviously, we're struggling, barely making it into the 40s. The winds also play a huge factor. If the winds come in from the south, we are going to see warmer temperatures. But if they come from the north, we're going to see cooler temperatures. I mean, any little factor is going to change the temperature. So don't be surprised if we constantly change the highs and lows for the next several months, because like I said, it's just going to be a really tough time to forecast, because any little thing can change the temperature. So it's going to be a challenge for the next couple of months. But of course, we'll first alert you, we'll do the best to our ability, and give you updates as we go through the next couple of months. So, well, I hope everybody's having a good Thursday, and just a reminder, just be safe out there with that fog. Give yourself extra time. Please slow down and pay attention. We've already seen several wrecks happening because people are not paying attention. So please pay attention, slow down, turn on your low beam headlights so people can see you coming, and just be patient with your fellow drivers, please. So hopefully everybody's having a good Thursday, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.